I'll do it again. I'd like to call to order the Milburn Historic Preservation Commission meeting of January 8th, 2026 at starting at approximately 7:30 for our reorganization and regular meeting. I will read the Open Public Meetings Act now. In accordance with Section 5 of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, be advised that notice of this meeting was made by posting on the bulletin board at Town Hall and serving the officially designated newspapers a notice stating that this meeting would take place at the Milburn Township Board of Education building at 7:30 p.m. on January 8th, 2026. We'll begin tonight's meeting with the oaths of office for members being appointed or reappointed. I would ask that Christine Vest being appointed as alternate number 1 and Ray Calcano being appointed as alternate number 2 stand and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Christine Vest,
I, Ray Calcano,
Swear or affirm, whichever is your preference.
swear
affirm that I will faithfully
That I will faithfully, impartially, and justly.
that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly.
You guys can talk at the same time.
Oh, that's what sorry, give us instructions. I'm just using.
So that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
that I will
Faithfully, impartially, and justly
perform all the duties of the office of Commissioner
perform all the duties of the officer of
Commissioner
of the Milburn Historic Preservation Commission
of the
Milburn
Milburn
Historic Preservation Commission
as alternate number, and then state your number,
as alternate number 1
as alternate number 2
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability.
and that I will support the Constitution of the United States
I will support the
Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey.
and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
and to the governments established in the United States and in this state
And to the governments established in the United States and in this state
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
And so Christine Vest is now appointed as alternate number 1 and Ray Calcano as alternate number 2. Sarah, if you could do the roll call.
Allison Canfield, Zachary Davis,
Here.
Robert Frankel,
Here.
Brad Jenkins, Gary Rosen,
Here.
Justin Salen, Elizabeth Wenga,
Here.
Christine Beth,
Here.
Ray Calcano.
Here.
All right, and now I will address nominations. May I have a nomination for chair?
And nominate Allison Canfield.
I second that.
All right, any other nominations? Hearing none. Since there are no further nominations, I will close nomination for chair. And since there are no additional nominations, we can take a voice vote. And so all in favor of appointing Allison Canfield as chair, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Allison Canfield is appointed as chair. Okay, and may I have a nomination for vice chair?
Second.
Okay, and any other nominations? Hearing none, as there are no additional nominations, we can take the vote for appointing, excuse me, my mind is blanking. For appointing Zachary Davis as vice chair by voice. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, Zach Davis is appointed as vice chair. And with that, I will turn the meeting over to you.
Great, thank you. Next order of business is to appoint the Historic Preservation Commission attorney, and that would be Kathy Kopp here. What do we need to do besides say that we want to appoint you as our attorney?
Motion to
Okay,
appoint
so-
and then,
Motion to appoint Kathy Kopp as the attorney for the Historic Preservation Commission. Do I have a second on that?
Second.
And we'll take a voice vote to approve, or do we have to do a roll call?
I think both fine.
Okay, so all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Oh, congratulations.
Thank you for your continued confidence. It is a privilege to serve the commission.
Very much for your help. All right, so that is done. Next, we need to appoint the secretary for the Historic Preservation Commission, and I'm going to nominate Sarah Uxtovy as our secretary. Do I have a second on that?
Second.
Okay, great. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Great. So Sarah, congratulations. You're our secretary again. I'll note that Commission member Justin Seal is here. Nice to see you. Well, thanks all for a few more days. Yep, great. So that's at 7:35. Great. And next would be the acknowledgement of the town committee liaison, David Cosgrove. Is that a vote or just an acknowledgement? Because I still said acknowledgement.
Yeah, I think it's just an acknowledgement that
Yeah, I
you've been,
think so.
you're appointed, yeah.
Thank you for being here again, David.
Thank you.
So that is the housekeeping to begin the meeting, which is great. Didn't miss much, just appointed. Same thing. Now we'd like to move on to the scheduling of our meeting dates for the year of 2026. You should have in front of you those dates here. Obviously, we're meeting today, January 8th, reorganization meeting. And then for the rest of the year, normally we would meet on the first Thursday of every month. There's a conflict in February. And so we're proposing to move our meeting to the second Thursday, February 12th. And I believe there's also a conflict in May, which is why we're proposing May 21st. These have been distributed to the commission. I don't know if everyone got to see them before, but hopefully we can pass the approval on this. So do I have a motion to approve these dates, or is there any discussion of the dates?
I think April 2nd is school break and Passover. So it's Milburn School.
It's spring break.
Spring break, and I think it's also Passover.
Can we move that to the following week?
Pending the room available, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
can we tentatively say April 9th?
Yeah.
We'll change it.
Yeah, yeah, that would make sense, because I know, planning boards will be meeting that week for same reasons.
Okay,
And on the 21st of May, I mean, I'll make it work. I just was saying some people, I mean, it's right the day before people get
Oh.
out for Memorial Day weekend.
Right.
I'll make it happen, but I'm
okay,
not
well,
sure
we
there
have
are
low attendance.
enough people.
Okay. All right, with that one change to April 9th and the other changes. All right, so I'll propose then that the dates as set forth with the one change, April 2nd to April 9th, put forth those as meeting dates. Second on that. Great, thank you. You roll or voice here?
No, do a roll.
Zachary Davis,
Yes,
Robert Frankel,
Yes.
Gary Rosen,
Yes.
Justin Salin,
yes.
Elizabeth Wenga.
Yes.
Christine Bess,
Yes,
and Ray Calcano.
Yes.
Great, all right, so those dates are approved for the coming year. And the next order of business is to memorialize application from our last meeting, December 4th. That's application number 612. Address is 107 Glen Avenue. Memorialization for
Resolution approving.
yeah, I'm just looking, sorry. So approving this memorialization, we take a vote on that, or just
Yeah,
roll, okay. Sarah, can you get a approval, vote?
Do we have a motion?
Let's approve it. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, motion to approve the resolution?
Second. I wasn't here, so.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
only those
wasn't
who
here.
are here
So-
can make a motion or vote on it.
I was not present.
So Zach is being absent, Rob is being absent, Elizabeth is being absent, and
Gary.
I'll move.
I'll second it.
All right, thank you. All right, then, can we get a vote of those that were present to approve the resolution?
Yes,
Yes.
Are we?
Gary,
Yes.
Justin Salem.
Yes.
I already said yes already, but yes.
And Christine. That's sufficient. Alright, okay, that's approved then with those votes?
Catherine, 3 votes.
Yeah, I mean, it's unanimous for those that were here, so, yeah.
Excellent. Thank you for approving that. What was that? Now we are going to, there are no consent agenda. Like, I don't have. Just that's on the. Alright, so then we'll move on to our old business, which will start with application number 627. This is for 31 Northern Drive, block number 2103, lot 6, a contributing property to the Short Hills Park Historic District. Kevin and Tina, could come up and be sworn in.
For the record, is recusing himself in this application, as he has a, he's a resident in the neighborhood.
Questions.
Okay,
Am I okay here?
Oh, yeah, no, I have the old application. Were there any updates? I mean, I know we got the new packet, but they had previously submitted, were there any updates on the new?
The
Any
updates were
papers?
sent out in the packet and also the link.
No, I'm saying, didn't they submit a while back and pulled the application? So there were no changes made on the previous.
They submitted the conceptual and then the revised.
Okay, thank you. There you go. Did you take that one?
all right, and while you guys finish setting up for the record, I have reviewed the notices and publication and everything is in order, so the applicant, the commission has jurisdiction to hear this application this evening. So if you could identify yourself, spelling your last name, please, whoever's gonna testify.
Kevin Willens, Willens. I'm property owner along with my wife Tina, who's in Florida.
Oh, no, okay.
I got over a week ago. So if you hear me cough, I'm not contagious, but you wouldn't want her.
And you, sir?
Architect for the project, Nicholas Giuliano, partner with Rose and Kimberly Conway, architecture and design.
Okay, and are you licensed in the state of New Jersey?
Yes,
Is your license active and in good standing?
yes.
Give the commission the benefit of your educational background, please.
Yeah, I have a Bachelor of Architecture in New Jersey Institute of Technology, and I'm a commissioner on Montclair Historic Preservation Commission as well.
Okay, so do you want to accept him as?
Sure. Sounds good.
Okay, all right, so, if you both swear or affirm that the testimony you're going to provide this evening will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna pass around some exhibits for tonight that we'll go over, minor updates that we can develop this week. So,
Were these previously submitted?
not submitted, but I did discuss them with Mark, and he just said to discuss it during the hearing, but exhibits as well, just so it's.
All right, so we'll mark this as A1.
Yeah, there's 1 and 2 exhibits. Like the floor, mark the whole exhibit together, or separate.
Well, since they're stapled together, we'll do just A1, 2 pages.
Okay.
And you'll be able to, email a digital copy of of these revised plans?
Sorry.
You'll be able to email a copy
Of
of?
course.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
So yeah, just a general background for, was everybody here for the December one, or is there anybody that needs an update or just an overview?
I would just go through it.
Okay, yeah, so rear Currently, there's an existing very small 3-car, and actually a 2-car garage in the rear of the property that we're putting a 3.5-foot addition on towards the rear, just to get it to truly fit 3 cars in it. The width stays the same, and we're putting all new windows and new overhead garage doors at that level, and replacing the powder room window as well on the same side as the garage windows. And then on the second floor, we are instructing a new addition above the garage from about this point of the house back, for a renovated primary suite, bathroom, walk-in closet, and bedroom. All these windows, new roof structure above, and on the exterior elevations. On the front facade, we have no visible work proposed. And on the side here, we have the 3-car garage doors down here, windows above for the primary suite. And up in the rear elevation. Garage windows at this level, and bigger window for the primary suite here, keeping the eave line of the primary suite kind of low here, so that this piece still kind of looks support into the main house. And then there's side dormers in this piece back, you get the regular ceiling height throughout the primary suite. So really kind of trying to keep this shape that we have here and just expand with another dormer on this side and just update some of the windows and then bring panels to out the side, here on the side. Additional garage windows here, outer room, bathroom window for the primary suite, bedroom windows. And then just on the original brick part of the house, there's an existing French door that goes out onto the balcony over the sunroom. We're just replacing it in kind, same size, same location, no change to the brickwork, and the door itself will be a wood and glass, divided life panel door, same kind of the windows, I believe, or no specified a different temperature. And since the last conceptual review, we added just some additional product information details, for what we're going to be using for the windows, the first and garage door. We'll be using wood for windows. They'll be true wood windows. Muntins on both sides of the glass, interior and exterior, with spacer bars. Historic profiles on both sides for both of the muntins. True double hungs. And then we have casement windows as well, also from lower wood, and then a custom elliptical window on the rear elevation. They'll all be real wood and field painted, whatever color we determine to match for the rest of the frame for the house. And for the French door out onto the balcony, we're specifying upstate door, real wood door, real divided light or simulated divided light with real muntins on both sides of the glass. Low panel here that matches what the existing condition is. And just some of the details here to just show the molding profiles, how the raised paneling works at the piece down to ground, and the actual light layout, and then arched elevation here, and this is from upstate directly. So for the garage door. The garage door is mainly where our big update is from the conceptual review, some of the feedback that we got last month. I think the board wanted to see just a little bit denser paneling on the door to make it look a little bit older and less like a kind of more modern door. So we specified a different panel layout from the company Clopeg. There'll be a real wood door with a factory paint finish that'll match the window and trim colors for the house. This detail here is just a blow up of how it's constructed with actual raised panels and stiles and rails. And on the elevation, if we go back to that, just look at the side view. So we took the board's advice, pointed a heart on this, and really went for something that looks a lot more like the original doors that were built when the house was constructed. They do have this kind of arch detail that we have, and Clopeg is able to offer that on the new door as well. So the new doors pretty much kind of look exactly like the ones that are there. They're just the overall doors wider to be able to get a car in more easily, and we have them spaced apart a little bit further. between each door. And we also raised the entablature height above the door. That was one of the comments, to kind of just reduce some of the amount of siding between the top of the garage door and the bottom of the windowsill on the second floor. So other than that, the windows on the second floor and all the trim details stayed the same, and the rear windows stayed the same, and the curved dormer details on windows on both sides stayed. So big update was the garage door design. And in your exhibits tonight, you'll see that on the floor plan file of the exhibits, we're proposing to just replace or really repair the below grade basement windows that are on the front, the rear, and side. They're not visible. There's the top of the windows below grade and the window well. There's really dense landscaping on the front of the house here, so you really can't see it much at all from the street. It's really kind of just repair work. Martin advised that we just talk about it tonight and have it marked in the approval. And the other piece in that same exhibit, on the rear wall, the garage addition, the homeowners are planning to upgrade their existing electrical service to a higher amperage. And in their introductory talks with JCP&L, they're probably going to need a new disconnect box somewhere on this back wall. We're planning to just put it low to the ground and then have evergreen screening similar to what's there now on the back wall. Don't really see much of the first floor there.
It's like a disconnect box.
And meter. So right now they have landscaping in front of the garage currently. When we do the addition, we'll do something similar like this with fence. So, halfway up the height of the window, so that you don't really ever see the disconnect box. There's not really a rear neighbor. The current homeowner has the lot that's behind them, so it's not really visible from anywhere. It's not on the front either, but again, Barton just advised we just discuss it and have it marked in the approval. If we get more information from JCP&L during construction about like the size and placement, we could submit that. We just don't have it at the moment, but we could advise that that would probably be the location for it. And in the second exhibit, we have an alternate rear elevation that has the arch window omitted. We're not really sure yet what we're going to do with ceiling height in that primary suite, if it's going to be 8 feet all the way across, or we'll go up a little bit higher in the middle. If we go up a little bit higher, we'll be able to fit this window. If we did 8 feet all across, we wouldn't be able to fit it. So Martin advised us to just talk about it at the meeting and possibly avoid having to go back with minor work review, maybe have it in the condition of approval that's happening, that would be included or not included in the project, regardless of the approval. So we just wanted to bring it all kind of drawing, just so you can kind of visualize it and have it marked. Yeah.
So which window is that?
The elliptical arch window here, the 3 in here would stay regardless, but depending on the ceiling height that is decided on for the primary suite, we may or may not have that upper transit window because we won't have the height to fit it underneath the 8-foot ceiling. So
what is it you want to submit, and then we just have to note what you're going to potentially change?
we're hoping to just have it noted as in the condition in the approval that the arch window is, I don't know how you want to phrase it, but permitted to be either in or out of the project.
Okay, so, but you want it in, however, it may not fit, so the option is to take it out, but ideally you want it in.
Yeah, so our preference is to have it in because we like the way it looks from the outside, but as we kind of started working more on the inside, it's a traditional house inside, so I know there's a lot of focus on how it looks from the outside, but also the inside, we want to make sure the vaulted ceiling that would be required to fit a larger window wouldn't disrupt the character of the house on the inside also. So I think we're getting comfortable with just keeping it with the half moon, because it's consistent with other windows on across the property, but we didn't want to.
Well, I guess we'll say it's there, and then it's an option. I mean, you don't have to put it in.
Yeah, and you can make it a condition that if it's not included, you just submit, an update.
Sure, yeah, once we do construction drawings, we'll have to send it to the HPC as well, so.
All right, that's probably. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, those are our updates from the conceptual review, and the exhibits are updates that haven't been submitted yet, so we have for tonight, if there's any other questions for me to answer them.
If there's any comments, questions? So, no. I'm pretty good then. I'm pretry good with that. I mean, I think the only thing we would say is we would add in the option that the window may be removed.
Mhm.
Right. We'll open up to the public. If there's any questions from the public on this application. Okay. All right, with that, then is there a motion to approve the application as it exists with the note that that one window may actually not be installed as it's constructed? Second. All right, great. Take a call.
Zachary Davis,
Yes?
Barry Rosen,
Yes.
Justin Salem.
Yep.
Elizabeth Wanga,
Yes.
Christine Betts,
Yes.
Ray Chalfant.
Yes.
Great.
Well, thank
Thank
you all
you.
for your time.
Thank you very much, appreciate it.
Oh, perfect.
Thanks for the review and.
Welcome back.
Okay. Moving on to the next application on the docket is application number 62 that has been carried to the next month.
All right, so carried to February 12th, 2026,
The second.
17 minutes. Without further notice, so anybody here from the public, you will not, be if you're here about 17 minutes, you will not be getting further notice.
It will be on the next one. All right, then moving on to the next application is number 626, 8 Chestnut Place, block 2104, lot 4. This is a contributing property to the Short Hills Historic District, Short Hills Park Historic District. Ross and Letitia Krentzman, the applicants, application to construct house addition and other associated exterior site improvements. Hello, welcome, and if you could please state your name.
Ross Springston.
Okay.
Owner.
Daniel Duvenet, architect.
Okay, and for the record, this matter was carried from the December 4th meeting, so no further notice is required. Okay, if you could, do you both swear or affirm the testimony you're going to provide this evening is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Real briefly, so thank you for your time. We were here last month for the December meeting and we walked away with some comments from the board. So we adjusted our plans to reflect the good feedback we had received. And if I may, I could just run through the small material changes we made to the project. Of course, we submitted to Barton. I got his report. Seems like he blesses and concurs with our amendments. So really quickly, some of the takeaway from last month was we have a 1-story roof on your facing house to the right side elevation, or I should say the south side, that currently or previously had asphalt shingles. We've now updated that to a standing seam copper roof. So that was a nice change. And one of the larger changes that we had made as a result of the meeting is there's an addition that exists on the back of the house inside that has slate. We're thinking about removing it and adding asphalt because, well, it was frankly less expensive. But having heard the comments from the board, we decided to leave the slate and extend it. So that'll be on the right side of the house. We'll have slate. Then there was some really nice feedback on the shutters. So we're gonna match the existing shutters, which are louvered, and we're gonna add them to both side elevations. So all our existing windows on the side will now update to have the shutters. And finally, we've we came up with a grill pattern. So the house is a bit confused. On the front of the house, it's 8/8, on the sides, it's 6/6. And we proposed 6/6 on the back. This way giving us still the traditional feeling, but having it a little bit less volumes. So we've done 6/6 on the double hungs, and we've added, which we did not have before, we had no grills on our patio doors. Now we have 15 lights. So more of the lack of the traditional. And the upper railing, we were proposing a composite railing. We've now designed it to be a cedar railing to be painted. And all the AZAC trim that was previously planned and now will be a product called Boral, which will be painted and match the trim on the existing
Can you
house.
explain what that is for?
It's just, so the AZAC is more of a cellular PVC product that obviously very common because it doesn't rot. The Boral is more made of a fly ash material. So it's less plastic material, more of a, I guess they call it fly ash. So it's a little bit more stable than the AZAC. A little bit more expensive, but not that much more. So it equally paints as well. And so we're going to be using that product to create our new accessory trim pieces of the house.
Where is that going to be? It's,
So anywhere that we're gonna have window casing or rake boards and or freeze board will be made of Boral product. So the siding is gonna stay the same, the siding of the existing cedar. So that's what we're gonna use in addition to cedar. And anytime we need trim accents, which is really just window casing, door casing, will be this Boral product.
and that's all into the back.
In the back of the house, yeah. Those are our changes and updates to our plans and it was nice to hear, basically Bart Tone said that he found it to be more roughly keeping with the architectural features and believe he passed last thing. Of course, we would submit our construction drawings to the HPC board.
Okay. Any questions from the commission on this application? Go ahead.
I noticed all the changes. I was just a little confused because I know that you went ahead and did the roof that they asked, you know, with the
Standing seam.
standing seam, right, on the
Yes.
side. I hope this isn't a stupid question. Is any portion of the roof now asphalt? I think you might have said something about that, but
The only portion of the roof that will be asphalt is the addition on the second floor would be asphalt shingles because that you just can't see from.
So it would be both sides coming down the gable?
Yes,
Okay.
the gable roof on the second floor, which will be very, very, very hard to see.
And did you submit a sample of the shingle just as it relates to?
We're gonna match what he has, so it's actually,
Okay.
we have some already, and then we'll calculate what we have to remove to make some of the adjustments, we'll have enough of the existing stuff to. Apparently, he has a stockpile for just in case, what we use just in case now. Yes.
Danny, on the back, on the drawing of the back of the house at the second level,
Yes.
not an important one, but it looks like the roof or the, you know, what's the term, the roof is sort of squared off. Does it look like in the last version, it was kind of arched more?
Yes, thank you. So for the porch on the second floor will kind of mimic, well, just a very traditional gable, so no arches, flat, thank you.
It looks better.
Yeah. And then what we did, which we discovered at the meeting last time, is there was a really nice frieze board on the front of the house. It's pretty thick, it had some cool details, so we're gonna actually match that frieze board on the front.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt, did you have any comments you wanted to add from Barton's report?
No, I think Eddie kind of hit everything that we spoke about. Yeah, I don't really any comments.
Any other comments, questions?
We weren't here, though, we're not voting. Unless we were-
Well, it was conceptual, but now this is an application.
Or it was an application last time. right?
Yeah, I mean, they noticed the last time,
Okay.
so,
So carry them all.
yeah, but you're presenting the full application, with revisions,
Yeah.
so do we have enough people here that were here the last time? But I think you should still be able to vote because you're hearing everything, and you were provided with all of the documentation.
This is the full application
Okay, I thought other times you had to listen to the old one.
for a continuation of application.
Yeah. okay.
But that's what I'm
this
asking,
isn't-
because it was conceptual last time.
Oh, it was conceptual last time?
Oh, it was.
wasn't it?
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
Totally
I have-
conceptual. Yeah, it was very exact. We asked you to change it.
I don't have to.
If it wasn't I don't have, Sarah, do you?
It was
I
new
have last
business
drawing.
as a full application.
Oh, okay, so.
Oh, so then
continuation
no, you can't.
application. Right. How many people did we? Wait, that was.
Little question. On the little bump outs, the drawing, like, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with the, here, I was going to.
Yeah.
With, what's going on with the roof line here, if it's the way it's drawn, I don't,
This
It's
is
just-
side elevation.
yeah, just,
That's existing, so he has a bay
Oh,
window that,
it's just a bay window with the asphalt, right?
that'll have the slate.
Okay, got it, that's all I
yes,
need to
yeah.
know, it's just the way it was drawn.
Yeah, that exists, and then we have to rise that roof up a little bit higher, and we're going to make the slate, actually.
Any other? Any questions from the public on this application? At this point then, is there a motion by the commission to approve this application continuation of my application?
So moved.
One here.
Did you listen to the hearing from last month? No? Okay, then,
So those that were present
Um,
can make a motion.
or if you can confirm that you did
Yeah.
in fact watch the hearing.
I'll make a motion because I was here.
I move.
Okay, so
You could second, I
a
guess.
second.
All right, so I'm sorry, I meant to say
Yeah, that's all right.
second, I was like, you go first.
So with that, we can ask for a roll call on that motion.
Gary Rosen,
Yes.
Justin Salem,
Yes.
Christine Best.
Yes.
And I leave it to council to
You
tell
weren't
us
here either?
how it done. It's unanimous of those that can vote.
Let me just. Sorry, just, it was okay. Let me just double check.
Well, Allison, but she's not present today, and Brett Jenkins, but he's not present today.
Right.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm. Yeah, it's approved.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'm
Wow.
glad to be here.
Thank you.
Appreciate the time. This is really fun. I actually really enjoyed it.
Good luck with the
Thank you.
project.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. Moving on to the next application, number 4 on our list, application number 624. This is going to be carried to next month's meeting on February the 12th. So that moves us to the next.
But, so no further notices will be, for 174. No further notices will be issued, so if, public, you're here for that application, you will not be receiving further written notice.
All right, then the next application is number 65 for 62 Western Drive. This also is being carried to the next meeting, and so again, if you're here.
Oh, this is a conceptual. It says 62.
That's a conception. Yeah, we need to be compared. So that will also be carried to the next month, February 12th, but they're not noticing it.
This is the one, Matt, you said you guys were trying to arrange a Zoom meeting with.
Okay, yeah, so we don't have, it's just adjourned because we don't have another date at this point, right? Okay, yeah, so it's just off for now.
Yep.
And they'll notice when they are when they need to.
Okay. So that was number 5. Next on our list is discussion of potential self-designation process for Woodfield neighborhood. And I believe we've all been provided with the most up-to-date nomination for Woodfield. I'm not quite sure what else was being discussed about this. Has it been to the town committee?
No, the hearing was noticed for January 22nd.
For the special meeting, yes.
Oh, that's the special meeting. And is that how is that meeting taking place? Person?
Taking place in person here, everyone who is on Schedule A who would be directly affected as part of the district was noticed, as well as anyone within 200.
Okay, so that'll be January 22nd. That is 2 weeks from today at 7:30. Okay. And at that point, we're presenting it to the public, or just a comment?
Yes, this is where comments and concerns, questions, all of that would be coming from everyone who received the notice or.
Okay,
Sorry, that's the full board or that's township? The full board.
so those that can be here, please be here on 22nd.
We're gonna need a quorum.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make sure we have one. That is true, we can zoom him in.
I believe so.
Mhm.
Good,
Yeah.
I can make that work. All right, good. Exciting. So nothing further on that. Then that concludes the old business, and we'll move on to new business. And so that would be application number 628. This is for 43 Cedar Street, lot 206, lot 7. It's the contributing property in the Wyoming Historic District. Jonathan Hickman and Chi Kong are the applicants. This is a regulatory application to construct a wood parapet with the existing drive.
All right, and for the record, notices, the certified mail slips and publication have been reviewed and are satisfactory, so the commission has jurisdiction to hear this application. Thanks. If you could identify yourselves, please, and spell your last names.
John Hickman, Hickman, property owner.
Daniel Olaka, ALLOCCA, and I'm the architect.
Okay, and are you licensed in the state of New Jersey?
Yes,
Okay, and is your license in good standing?
yes.
Okay, and can you give the board the benefit of your educational and professional background, please?
Sure. I earned my Bachelor of Architecture from NJIT in 2014. I gained experience working at several local architecture firms before becoming a licensed New Jersey State architect in 2021. Since then, I've operated my own practice, DJ Architect in East Hanover, with a focus on residential and small scale design. This is my first time appearing before this board, though I've recently presented before the South Orange Historic Preservation Committee.
Okay, sounds good, thank you. Please go ahead with your presentation.
Thank you for having us tonight. I'm here on behalf of the homeowners, John and She, regarding the property at 43 Cedar Street, located within the Wyoming Historic District. I'll try to keep this brief and straightforward. I'll begin with why we're here this evening, then touch on the historic context and the existing conditions, and conclude with the proposed work, focusing on how the design respects the historic character of the home and the surrounding district. The purpose of tonight's review is to demonstrate the proposed work here is compatible with the historic character of the home and fits comfortably within the surrounding historic district. As shown on the proposed site plan on sheet G 0.1, the property does not have a traditional backyard. While there's a small front patio, it is located within the front yard. It lacks privacy and does not have a strong connection back to the house, making it less suitable for family gatherings or everyday outdoor use. The intent of this project is to adapt an existing underutilized and deteriorating roof area above the partially attached garage into a modest outdoor roof deck. This work does not increase the building footprint or lot coverage, and most importantly, does not alter the home's overall massing or architectural character. Instead, I believe it helps establish a more cohesive architectural relationship between the main house and the garage. 43 Cedar Street was constructed in 1900 at the turn of the century and is a contributing property within the Wyoming Historic District. Architecturally, the home reflects early 20th century residential design with Dutch colonial revival influence and shingle style characteristics. Its massing, proportion, gambrel roof framing, forms are cedar shingle sidings, and simple dormer compositions are defining features of the house. As shown in photo number 6 on sheet G 0.2, the existing screen in front porch is an important architectural element of the home. When the house was built, porches commonly served as social spaces and as a transition between the interior of the home and the public street. While the porch remains a charming and functional feature, its limited size allows for only a few chairs and does not comfortably support contemporary use for family or guests. One important design reference was the existing porch parapet or the guard wall.
I'm sorry, can we just stop 1 second?
I'll do it. Okay.
One important design reference was the existing porch parapet or the guard wall. Yeah. Yes.
Excuse me, Jim. I think you gotta keep one door open.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
Oh, gotcha.
For our purposes. Somebody knows this.
Sorry, I'm just gonna, while we're stopped, gonna just double
Yeah.
swear again if I didn't, and double swear again
Oh,
if I already did.
Oh, man, I'm sorry. Yeah, I
All
forgot.
right, do you swear that the testimony you have provided and will provide, will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay.
So, yeah, the one important design reference that from the existing porch was the guard wall that they have there. This element establishes a clear architectural precedent of the house and help guide the design approach for the proposed garage rooftop deck, allowing the new work to relate back to the home's established language. Currently, the roof above the garage is a low slope roof with no functional use. And then both the roofing and portions of the structure have reached the end of their service life, as you can see in photo 11. I think it's just a lot of rainwater, and it's a lot of the wood, the existing wood is deteriorating. And in addition, an existing unfinished wood deck is located between the house and the garage and provides access to the secondary entrance. As mentioned, from a site standpoint, the property does not have a traditional backyard or usable outdoor gathering space, so rather than pursuing conditions that could impact the lot or historic character of the home, the homeowners explored whether an existing portion of the house in need of repair could be sensitively adapted to meet that need, while creating a more cohesive overall architectural language and massing. So getting into the proposed work, they're nearby, there's actually a nearby example, within the Wyoming Historic District where a garage roof has been sensitively adapted into usable outdoor space. It's also a contributing property and it's at the corner of Cedar Street and Wyoming Avenue, 422 Wyoming Avenue. I don't have any pictures of it tonight, but I feel as though they did a pretty good job with it, in terms of, preserving the home's massing is kind of what our idea was with this project. With that context in mind, as you can see in the 3D perspective rendering on sheet G0.2 photo 1, the proposal at 43 Cedar Street introduces the 36-inch tall guard wall around the perimeter of the garage roof deck. And this element is directly derived from the existing porch parapet shown in photo 6. In addition to serving as a code compliant guard, the parapet visually screens deck furniture, provides a modest level of privacy for both the homeowners and the adjacent neighbors without introducing elements that would read as out of character. The parapet will be clad in cedar shingle siding to match the existing house and material, spacing, exposure, and pattern installed in straight courses with subtle variations that finish with painted to match the existing. This approach allows the new work to blend seamlessly with the original structure. A white composite cap is detailed to finish and protect the parapet. However, the homeowners would be comfortable substituting a painted wood cap to better match the existing wood trim preferred. Access to the rooftop deck is handled in a simple and discreet manner through the adjacent existing porch side entrance, avoiding new exterior stairs, added massing, or unnecessary visual clutter. In summary, this project represents a modest and thoughtful adaptation of an existing condition. It maintains the home's footprint, massing, and historic hierarchy, draws directly from architectural elements already present on the house, and improves livability without introducing new development pressure on the site. Overall, the intent is to meet contemporary needs while maintaining the integrity of this turn-of-the-century residence. Thank you for your time. Happy to answer any questions.
Any questions?
So this wall around the parapet is 3 feet? High from the base to the floor?
Yeah, so it'd be 3 feet, 3 feet in height, which is like the minimum.
Right.
It could be.
So if people were standing up on that deck, would they be visible from the street?
Yes.
If they're on a chair, would they be visible from the street?
Partially, maybe
Yeah.
like around the shoulder that had, similar to what it would be like with if when they're sitting in the porch, the existing porch by the front door.
You'd be kind of angled because like when you're on our porch, because the street is at a downward angle from the house. So the house is on a subtle incline up, and then once you go up, you also have like the garage there, and so we're on top of that garage.
Mhm.
If you were like equal elevation with it, yeah, you would definitely see it.
Right.
Given that angle, you might see a very small amount, but it certainly wouldn't be obvious.
Okay.
You over here?
Does anybody have anything? Cause I have a question.
Sure.
Okay, I have a number of questions. You're talking about the parapet on the front porch. It looks like it's the same sidewall as what you basically are creating, cause I
Yeah.
can't tell from the image, that's why I
Yeah,
just double
that's
check.
fine.
Okay, no, it's fine, so, cause that was a question if it wasn't. And then what is the structure that's in the front yard? That looks like, I'm not sure if it's a swing.
So that's the like,
Hot tub or,
it's like a patio, like a paver
Okay.
patio.
it's just raised, it's a raised.
Yeah,
patio.
I think that's actually like a retaining wall they put there.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's maybe like 2 feet tall, and it's just a stone that comes up.
Okay, yeah, I just couldn't tell, I was
Yeah,
just
it's just
trying
a
to.
little U shape.
So the only thing that I wanted to ask is, what is the flooring of the deck? And are you like, and sort of drainage holes,
Yeah.
because that's not in the design
Yep.
of what it would look like.
Yeah, so, basically what we're planning to use is like a fiberglass, like top mops, kind of like what you'd see down the shore on those rooftop decks. Potentially a color, probably just to match the siding, like a light gray. And then, you know, the roof is actually pitched toward the rear right now. We would probably add some scuppers on the rear side wall, so the water could get directed to them, and we could pick up that rainwater in a gutter.
You got it, okay.
Yeah.
And then the neighbors, I apologize, I didn't get to go out and drive to the house. You know, the neighbors on the right-hand side, do they have some type of patio set up there that your new roof deck would be intrusive to them in any way? I was just trying to understand the structure of their house.
So if I'm looking at the garage, right, so on the right hand side, we have two neighbors, one maybe like closer to the front half and one to the farther half. The front half one is very similar to us, where there's really no like usable space in the backyard, there's like a walkway and then that's it. The ones a little bit behind us have a very small outdoor space. I think they have like a little kitchen table out there, but there are extremely tall evergreens between us and them. And then the neighbor behind us does have a fairly substantially sized backyard, but kind of same story.
It's
There's a
far.
line
Oh, it's far.
between us and them.
I was just wondering, and the only thing that I was having some difficulty was understanding the transition from the additional deck stairs that you built up, the newer construction, you know, how that's gonna transition into the space, because you don't really show that in that existing photograph. And also my call out from a design perspective is, you know, that was probably put on beforehand, you know, but you know, when you see the front stoop and then you see the new parapet continuing on, you know, I was just wondering if there's some way that you could, I don't know, maybe cover the bottom of that in a column or something to make it sort of blend, or put some of the white trim you talked about as a capping, open cap on the top or something, just to soften, you know, that deck just looks like a standardized deck on a really beautiful, no, I'm not talking about the deck, the little mini staircase.
Yeah, we've been talking about that for a while. It's been kind of something we were thinking about trying to get to, but then, you know, like whether just to completely do the deck, but then, you know, the budget was coming to line. I think that's the one part of the house that kind of takes away from the historical language, because it just, like you said, it just really doesn't fit in that well. That's really one of the pictures. We were also thinking about maybe painting it.
Yeah. If it matters to the committee, it was built before we got the house.
I figured that, because I think you guys originally had some type of structure on the top of your railing that, you know, gave in your original, because this went through the minor work review, didn't it? I can't remember, I think I saw it in there.
Yep.
And, so you had some type of structure, I think Bart maybe asked them to take it off because it was too high, I can't remember.
Yeah, exactly.
I was just pointing that out, I think you guys put that there for privacy purposes. you
Yeah.
know, So, I mean, it's not like, you know, obviously it was existing, I was just trying to see how there was a way, it wasn't a deal breaker.
Yeah.
That was it, I mean,
I'm sorry, can I just clarify? So if you're standing on the deck and you're looking to the neighbor on the right, it looks like you've got a bunch of trees. So, wait, do you look into their house? Like, how close are you to the next house?
So the actual clearance from like a property line perspective on that side is probably 8 to 10 feet, somewhere in that aspect. So I get on the roof fairly frequently just to like, you know, move wires around and things like that. And you can't really look down very easily. Like, if you look up, you'll see like their roof through the trees and things like that. The neighbor, so on the right hand side, right, there's two neighbors, one in front, one in behind. One in the front, you can't see at all in any way, shape, or form. Like their house is basically not visible from that angle.
Okay.
The one in the back, parts of the house become visible during the winter when kind of like the trees and stuff become a little bit less full.
Right.
And then the one in the backyard from the roof, I don't think you can see it all. We do have angles, like if you go upstairs in our house and like you look out the window, you can kind of like look over the trees and look down in the backyard because they're not quite as tall as the ones on the right hand side.
Right.
But the roof is too low to the ground. You wouldn't really have an angle there.
Okay.
Are there any variants required? Are you within, you know,
Yeah, I'm assuming so, you know, cause that's like the rear property line is, you know, like that,
Right
the
there.
whole garage probably is within that, you know, so. We were gonna move to zoning after,
Yeah.
after this.
Just curious.
Yeah, that's, I'm trying to carry it.
I'm trying to think of where you may go wrong, but
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I
see
think
you again.
our benefit is if we're not like, increasing the footprint.
Right.
You know, and then
Yeah.
maybe if we add some, water mitigation strategies, you know,
And no lighting out there,
no, no.
I mean, cause you could, as you say, you use it right now, you're just kind of changing what you're.
I kind of jump
You're not
over
gonna
the
put any
rail.
lighting?
Yeah.
But you're not gonna put any
Well, we need,
lighting
there
on
will
there?
need to be a
'Cause-
light at the stairs.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see, like, I would think at the minimum on, cause how it would be non-functional without any type of.
Yeah, like,
or to his
any
point.
like hanging LEDs type of stuff, that would be blatant to the neighbors, definitely not, but, I think you did, mention you might put it on the interior side of the wall, maybe just like a plug-in LED light.
Yeah, we've talked about like, you know, like the Phillips Hue strips that kind of like go around. We've debated like putting that at the bottom, and just kind of like going around the interior of the deck, just so you can kind of like see the floor and see your footing a little bit. Barring something like that, we probably just, we plan on putting like a table, small table out there, and so we'd probably do a small table lamp. Something along that line, but nothing that is like, would have significant lighting or anything like that. No permanent fixtures either.
What?
No permanent fixtures either.
No, I mean, I was just, maybe you know, cause I think LED lighting would actually be, cause it's, you're gonna need to have lighting
Yeah.
up there.
You're gonna
And
get-
so, you know, maybe just think about things that are on dimmers, that are warmer lights, you know, that are within keeping, fixtures within keeping of the house that can go off on timer. That's all I was just trying to suggest, cause I can't imagine not having lighting at a place where you might have friends over cocktails until 10 o'clock at night. This just doesn't really seem realistic to me.
Yeah,
So just, I mean, I would just, that was my only comment.
yeah, I guess it's not gonna be like in your face type of lighting, that's gonna bother the neighbors, kind of thing, if it's more ambient like you were mentioning, so.
Yeah, I think if you do it that way, it would be less, yeah.
I'm quite a tinker in the home, for lack of a better word. So I have it configured where like we sit on the couch, like lights dim, because we assume you're gonna watch TV, and then when you get out, like the lights turn on. So anything we add out there, I assume I would do something similar where like it's gonna do some type of presence detection. And, you know, if it detects someone out there, it might turn on the strips around it, and then as soon as it detects that those people have left, it turns off.
Questions? Matt, is there anything you wanna add from Barton's report? I mean, I know he's in approving of this.
Yeah, I mean, not particularly. I thought the parapet wall fit.
Matt,
great.
one second, sorry, because I need to swear you in.
Of course.
Can you state your name for the record?
Yes, Matthew Doohan,
And you,
DOOHAN,
okay, and you're with,
Barton Ross and Partners LLC.
okay, and do you swear the testimony we're going to provide this evening will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do, yes. Yeah, I thought the parapet wall fit in very seamlessly. It almost looked like it should have been there when it was constructed. And yeah, besides showing where scuppers would be and making sure that it fits correctly, I don't have any problems with the design in any other capacity.
All right, thank you. All right, no questions. Any questions from the public on this application?
Concerns,
Okay. why don't
so
you come
first
up?
off, just,
Why don't you come up?
oh, okay,
And,
sure.
come up.
Okay, no, I did.
And just
So,
And-
state your, yeah.
my name is John Fornell.
I'm sorry, your last name?
Feminella,
Can you spell that, please?
F is in Frank, EMINELLA. And I reside at 71 Myrtle. So the first point I'd like to raise is on the notification process, which you mentioned was appropriate. Okay, so with that being said, the neighbor that they're talking about to the right, I don't feel that they were notified, or my notification didn't seem to be correct. So I don't know the standard, I don't know what the requirement is, but I received a certified letter. But I don't know if it's supposed to be certified or return
Yes.
receipt or,
It's
okay.
supposed to be, yes, sir.
So I never signed. Okay, because it was not done properly. So my concern is my neighbor at 73, which is on the right-hand side, is away and I'm watching the property. They went away for 2 weeks to Europe. So if it was done like mine was done, they're not even aware of this meeting. And I could show it to you if you,
No, I mean, I can see it, so,
okay, so the problem is that the return address is my address for the car. So it should be there, the other address, the card sending. I checked the post office today.
okay, yeah, I can't.
Well, that's what I'm saying, if you want.
So, I mean, I can tell you what the statute requires.
Yeah.
It requires that notice be sent
Okay.
certified mail
Right.
within no less than 10 days prior to the
Right.
hearing. It does not specify that
Okay.
delivery be acknowledged or, anything signed for. So by sending the notices in the mail in the way that they did to the addresses that they were required to send to,
Right.
they satisfied that part of the
Right.
requirement.
Okay,
There was also publication in the newspaper as required.
Okay.
So even if your neighbors were
Okay.
away and didn't, couldn't get their mail picked up or what have you, they could have seen, an online newspaper ad or something because it was published via the designated newspapers.
all right, so okay, that's fine, if you're satisfied, that's fine. The other point I'd like to get at is that it's a unique I feel it's a unique situation, unfortunately. And the home never had a backyard, obviously the eighth, but I'm at the residence at 71 Myrtle for 38 years. And the garage that we're speaking about is literally 27 and a half inches away from the property. So there is no buffer zone here. There is no buffer. It's just, the way it's constructed, it's just the way it's been. However, it got like that, that's how it is. Then with regard to the comments about the 73's yard, they have a yard. They have a barbecue, they use it for, for outdoor space. So it is right where we're talking. And with that regard, the tree line ends prior to their yard. So the trees, I don't know what you're looking at, but the trees don't continue all the way to the fence line of my property or 73. And the reason I brought them up is because they're probably the only other part that may be concerned, but as long as, that's up to them. So that's my concern, is that then it gets to the runoff that was mentioned, because there is no clearance, it's only 27 and a half inches. The garage is set back further than the house. So the house is probably 3 or 4 feet closer to the street than the garage. So the garage is closer to the back property. So, it's the lights, the noise, people, and because of the elevation, the noise or the lighting could carry, as opposed to if there's a ground level outdoor space being created. Which I think there are other options to do, possibly, but that's your decision. As far as the Wyoming residents with the outdoor above garage space, I don't know if any of you have gone by, but it's an entirely different situation because that is toward the street. The garage is on the street. This garage is at the back of the property, and the property is level in the front. So you can either create outdoor space to the left side of the garage, or if you're looking at it from the street, there is an area to the right side of the garage, ground level. You could create outdoor space. The point I'm trying to make is if you go to the Wyoming residents, the above they're 30, 40 feet away from any property, and they're even further from the backside property. So there's no surrounding area around the Wyoming rooftop garage living space that is really intrusive in any way to the people around it. So that's the other point I'd like to make about that property. And that's really my concerns, and it's not so much, I just want to bring it to your attention in the, consideration, you know, I don't,
When he's finished, can I ask him a question?
Yeah,
Are you finished?
sure,
I just wanted to ask you. So just from your description of lot 10, which is behind, how far is that house, in your opinion, from the property line in terms of like where
Is
the
it
house sits?
73?
And well, I guess it would be the house that's lot 10 that is in their back, you know, behind them. Do you know like how close that house might sit to their property line? Approximately.
So I just
ballpark.
want to confirm, are we talking about 73?
No, it's the one behind.
It's
The property
block
in question.
206, lot
Behind
7,
this
it's behind the house, it's behind,
The one with the pool, you mean?
Yeah, that's me.
that's, oh, you're behind, okay,
Yeah,
so
that's
how many feet, is your patio from the property line, and how many, or where your outdoor space is, and how many feet is your
Well,
your
that's what I'm
house?
saying, the garage is 27.5 inches from the property.
No, I okay, from the, no, but from your house, I just want to understand how much space
Well,
you
I have
have.
outdoors, from the house, I would say, I mean, patios maybe, 20 feet, you know, maybe 20, maybe even 10.
want an aerial view? I have the.
Yeah, you can,
Oh.
you can.
I should have just looked it
Yeah.
up, like, I'm so tired, I was just trying to, because he brought the point that I didn't think about. Okay.
This is lot 1, 2, and this, he's the pool house, this is. You're the one with the pool, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thanks so much.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
So so it has to do with the elevation as far as carrying, you know, noise, and, you know, I mean, the house, you know, never had a yard, it was bought without a yard, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not a new, you know, so to create living space as a yard, I mean, I think, you know, ground level is, you know, there just could be other alternatives, I'm not, you know, trying. I'm just making you aware of
Yeah, I understand what you're
proximity of this project, and it's unique, I think, I don't think, and under current standards or anything, it would be this situation, you know what I mean, I don't think we'd be that close.
Well, I think the issue here is that this is the Historic Preservation
Yes.
Commission, and we're talking about, does it fit within the character and the context of the district? So I do think some of the districts are probably gonna come up in planning when it's reviewed for the variances, that's why I asked it, because to me it seemed like there's probably some issues that will be raised. We can talk about this from a perspective of its historic setting, and I do think you'd have an opportunity to talk about the work that they want to do in the future at the next stage of this process. So, I mean, we appreciate your comments on this. I do think you'd have another opportunity to raise them. Yeah, and it's certainly valid what you're bringing up.
All right,
Is that? I'm not trying to discount what you're saying. I'm just trying to say what our responsibility here is to talk about this as fit within the setting. And what you've heard is that the design does, it's just that it may have some potential from a planning, or sorry, zoning perspective.
right, but you were talking about drainage.
Right.
So, I mean,
And again, drainage.
being the proximity to the property line, that basically, you know, is an issue.
Right.
That will probably come up during
Yeah,
the.
okay.
Yes, yeah.
All right,
So, but thank you for your comments. We appreciate it.
appreciate it, thank you.
Is there any other comments?
Is there a back view? I will see, but I don't see a back view in this house. Am I missing something?
There's a side view.
You just did did you do a back view of the elevation?
No,
Because I actually I think that's important to have in terms of, I mean, obviously it's front facing, but like in terms of keeping, to your point, with the character, is that it works visually with the house. Particularly in light of the proximity of the property line, what you brought up. It's just my opinion. I would like to be able to see that before making a decision.
Which photograph is the side view?
Number 12 is like from, you're behind the house, looking at the garage. And you can see one of the points that he raised was how the garage was closer to the back property line, and that's
Yeah.
exactly what you see there, right? So the wall on the right is the back of the house, like the actual home structure, and then it kind of jets out like another, I don't know, call it like 2.5 feet. and then continues on. So that jet out, that's entirely the garages.
There's
And that fence there, that chain link fence, that is, it's on our side of the property line, but it is like basically riding exactly on the property line.
So that is it kind of a distorted image of trying to understand, is it the width of the
So
garage?
So that's looking from, basically from behind the house, and you're looking,
Oh, I see, no, okay.
yeah.
It's very narrow. thought.
Yeah, I couldn't really get back there to
I
take
see.
measurements,
Okay.
because I wasn't quite thin enough.
Okay.
It's a very tight, I've never walked through that.
Right.
That
Right,
portion.
okay.
I get stuck there.
There's also there's a lot of like plants and stuff back here, so you're probably gonna get torn up.
So that perspective would have this raised parapet then going up above where that little plant is coming over, right?
Yeah, like right over the fence there and.
Right.
Looks like you're about roughly 2 to 3 feet over the fence is the, so that the
Right.
elevation of the roof.
Yep.
And then there'd be another 3 feet. So, I mean, like you were mentioning before, like, you would be probably always sitting down. I don't know why you'd be standing, you know,
Yeah.
when you're out there, but, you know, I definitely do understand the concern as well from the neighbor.
Is the worry, if I may, am I allowed to ask a question?
So I mean, it's really limited to, we're here really limited to, you know,
Historic.
the historic aspects of
Yeah.
everything. You're free to talk, because it sounds like you're going to have to go in front of, likely gonna have to go in front of the zoning board if this, you know, if this gets approved. So you're more than welcome to talk after the meeting and, you know, talk about any concerns he may have, pre-zoning board meeting or, but really, it's only what the historic commission can address.
Any other questions for the any other questions for the public?
The zoning notification, so it goes before, or it goes before zoning, or?
If it,
Yeah.
if it does need to go in front of the zoning board, or the planning board, well, this would be zoning board, if it does need to go in front of the zoning board for any variances, then you would receive notice.
This definitely will, you know, because we're away, the existing setbacks, probably before the garage for the zone that it's in. I think it's, the rear setback is supposed to be 20% of the lot, so. And
We're just off.
2 feet. Yeah. It'll definitely be going to zoning and we'll definitely have time.
Well, with that, I think, I'll look for, the commissioners to, if there's a motion to approve the application as it exists.
Can we also approve what they use? Because I mean, this is kind of you know, like it's not like a standard shingle, right? Like it's like kind of like a shorter shingle. Like I just want to make sure that we're actually matching the rest of the house because.
Yeah, I think in Barton's report
Okay,
here,
he does.
it's,
Okay.
we're asking for, architectural construction documents submitted with permit and would be presented to us. too.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll be calling that out.
I'll make a motion to approve.
okay, put that, yeah. Second on that?
Second.
Okay. We got a vote for that?
Zachary Davis,
Yeah.
Robert Frankel,
Yes.
Gary Rosen,
Yes.
Justin Salmon,
Yes.
Elizabeth Wanga,
Yes.
Christine Best,
No,
Ray Calcano.
Yes.
Okay, that's approved. Good luck with your project and,
Appreciate it.
hope you have a chance to work things
Yeah,
out.
definitely.
Thank you.
guys.
That is the only new business. There is an advisory review that we have now. This is for application number 608, Taylor Park Gateway, 100 Main Street, block 804, lot 10. A key contributing property to the downtown Melbourne Historic District. This is the Township of Melbourne, applicant to what's known as the property gateway and landscape improvements at the park. There were plans that were provided by the town for our review regarding some lighting improvements, which is known as Trailer Park Path Lighting Phase 2. We had seen this previously on minor review, and we asked to have it by the full commission. I don't know if folks have had a chance to review this or not. There's no the town here. So this is a advisory, which means we get to review and comment on what they want to do. I know you had some comments on this, so do you have anything you want to add?
I'm new to this board, so I obviously no one knows how I'm rolled out, so you guys can just, smack me aside, but there's an ongoing problem with historic properties, and we've already sort of, had this with the Gateway project that wasn't, run by HPC. And, there's this like problematic process of when the town.
Sorry, are we just asking them to lower their voices? Just remind them that everything is being picked up on the microphone, please.
Um,
But you've seen the application.
Yeah, no,
You've seen
I was,
right?
it came through minor work review,
Yeah.
and I recommended that it went to the full committee, because I'm very concerned that, this is a historic property, okay, it's a beautiful space, and it's in a lot of disrepair, it really is compared to all the Essex County parks. And, it was designed in more of an Olmsted feel, and so what's been happening is the town and, part of Mr. Rillo has been involved in a design review process, is kind of ad hocing the design of the park in sort of little segments, like little beats, like saying, oh, I'll kind of update my kitchen with some new tile. And so, it all costs money. And so, brought this up to Allison about having a master plan for the park. And I feel like, that really should be done before more money. I don't know what the actual cost of this project is. Maybe I didn't read enough, but the lights they're okay, but they cost money, they're gonna be placed, and then 2 years down the road, we're gonna redesign the park and possibly move walkways and pathways and maybe put another rose garden and whatever happens, and then all those lights have ripped out. So, that's what I was asking Alex, and I as a township resident, I made a comment in the township committee about that. So I really don't want to prove it, but I mean, that's just my opinion, so.
Well, yeah, I think they're asking for our comments, so if you have comments on it, I think we can sort of pass them on, right? Because it's an advisory role, we're not even, we don't have approval. We can provide comment.
We don't have approval on that page. I don't know what the.
Well,
You got a lawyer,
I don't know.
is no.
No,
Okay, well then
it's just like you give feedback and then they incorporate,
Oh.
If they want.
yeah.
and what this is doing is obviously it's adding safety and security to the park, which at night can be rather dark. So you're obviously adding a lot of lights through here. The lights are not, the design is something roughly pseudo-historic, looking at lantern type lights that'll provide some light. If you feel that there's a better plan of what could be proposed, then we could propose that. But I agree with your comment about a master plan is probably appropriate for Taylor Park, especially because it now is a historic property, and agreed that, this thing done here and there, it's gonna look different over time. So maybe our advice on this is that we would encourage the town to seek developing a master plan for Taylor Park that would retain the historic character of the resource.
Well said.
I think, there needs to be light. It's really dark at night.
Yeah,
Like I've gone down there at night. It's not so good.
They've
So-
also already bought a portion of the lights, so it's kind of like at this point, it's kind of.
Right, because this is phase 2, so, right,
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
phase 1.
but I'm just, but that's kind of like how it seems to be going anyway, so I just.
But now that Taylor Park is a historic property, we have the opportunity to review what's going on, so I think that's, just want to be involved, that's what we're asking for. Yeah. But I don't think it was a minor review that we were doing. So
Yeah.
I do think because Taylor Park is such a critical resource for downtown, I think it's important that it does come before the whole commission, so. Yeah. So that's probably our recommendation, is hopefully you got that.
Mhm.
All right, great. With that, that is the end of the Taylor Park discussion. Open meeting to the public, there's none left. We chased them all off, so that's great.
They may be watching.
Yes. That's the thing, I don't understand how they can't comment, but anyways. All right, then we have discussion items, chair is not here, so that will not happen.
Open and close to the public.
After that.
No, there's an open.
Oh, yeah, well, okay, well, I did that.
Just generally.
Is there a comment from the public? So then, there are a few discussion items on our agenda, but we will not discuss them today because the chair is not here. Anyone have anything else they'd like to add, announcements? No. I'm going to then say that we can conclude this meeting, motion to close. Second, all right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Right, it's 9:10.
Considering the length of the agenda, yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. Wow. Well, it helped that